right, Lions at Philly. Lions are a 2.5-point underdog. The big storylines this week are the injuries and Dan Campbell, week 2, calling plays. Because I think what we'll get a sense of is a truer measurement of Dan Campbell's impact on the offense. As impressive as last week was, the Lions aren't cutting Jack Fox.
No.
They know that they probably will have to punt the rest of the year. But when you don't punt in a game and you've changed your play caller, everyone goes, what's happening here?
Right.
If they do something like that again, and I'm not talking about not punt, but have a very impressive offensive performance, I think then and then it becomes pretty clear, right? We have an actual true measurement of Dan Campbell's impact and how significant it might be.
Yes, we do have to realize, though, that the defense that the Dan Campbell offense will be going against is a little more stout than the Washington Commander.
Well, that's the point, right? Because of that, if they do something like that again, that's sort of my point, Stoney, is, if they do it this time, well,
right.
They're onto something.
And
now,
as we talked about last week, or yesterday, last week, for the first time in God knows how long, they 58% of their plays, they had guys in motion, which they didn't have before that.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if they do that again, because Campbell mentioned that crowd noise can impact, how you have to call a game. And the crowd noise in Washington, it felt like it was more of a Lions crowd than a Commanders crowd. That will not be the case this weekend. But, Philly has their weaknesses defensively too, specifically the one corner spot that they made moves to try and adjust to. One of them was a long shot, a Hail Mary with Jair Alexander. And I don't know is he officially retired?
I think, he's off. He's getting his physical and mental health taken care of. I know that. Michael Carter, I assume, will be seeing a little bit today or this week. The veteran back there who has not played great is Adoree Jackson.
Yeah, and teams have picked on him, and the Lions might do the same thing.
Yes.
Philly loves Cooper DeJean as the nickel corner. Mm-hmm. They may have to move him outside and put Michael Carter. Michael Carter's strength was as a nickel with the Jets, and they traded for him. So they made the Jalen Phillips trade, and they traded for the 2 defensive backs. Didn't give up much.
Right.
One of them, Jair Alexander, long shot. Doesn't look like it's going to work. Carter might be their solution to their safe, fail safe, so they can move.
He's there. He's there. They lost Avonte Maddox to the Lions.
Yep.
Maybe Michael Carter's taking his place, basically.
So, there might be somebody for the Lions to pick on offensively there a little bit in that secondary. We shall see. What you don't know is if you move Cooper DeJean and you put Michael Carter in, did you just make yourself weaker at 2 spots?
Right.
But I guess time will tell. But
I don't think the Lions will be avoiding going up against Quinyon Mitchell, but he's obviously their best defensive back.
Yeah, and John Morton said yesterday that teams really they've seen double coverage on Amon-Ra and on J-Mo, which is why a third receiver, and a great example of it was the 4th and 1 completion to Khalif Raymond in the Washington game.
Yeah,
they just didn't cover him.
Right.
They basically were so preoccupied by the other receivers. Khalif Raymond went completely uncovered. That was one. 2 is it could be a big Laporta game again.
Well, Laporta didn't practice yesterday.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. He still hasn't practiced this week.
And you kind of feel because they signed Frisker to the practice squad, don't forget. So maybe there's something a little more serious with Laporta than we thought.
Brock Wright was back on the practice field, limited in practice, but he did practice yesterday. So, yeah, the Laporta being able to play could potentially be absolutely huge for this team in this game. Stoney, the voting right now on our Twitter page, did the Lions win this game? 77.5% say yes, 22.5% say no.
No surprise.
Yeah. Here's some of the feedback we've gotten from fans. Thomas tweeted us, Lions will win both lines of scrimmage. This will allow the Lions to control the flow of the game and do what they want offensively.
Look, when Lane Johnson got hurt Monday night, I thought he was done for the year, and he was at full practice yesterday. The one Philly guy that you have to be concerned with if you're an Eagle fan is Juergens. He was limited yesterday. He didn't practice the day before. So he's the one who'll probably be up because Dickerson is back. Like I said, Lane Johnson's back. That offensive line, just like the Lions, it's not quite what it was last year, but it's still damn good because Lane Johnson, along with Sewell, are the two best right tackles in football.
More of the feedback here via Twitter. Jamie tweets us, win for the Leos. Combination of new vibes for the offense under Dan Campbell play calling and Philly's struggle running the ball lately. And our D-line will make that continue for them. Or the alternative will be Philly winning on a false start tush push at the end of the game. Dev tweets us, Lions win because the Eagles' offense is atrocious. And the Lions' offense is deadly, especially with MCDC calling the shots. Also, the Lions show up in primetime games. They beat Baltimore on the road. They will beat Philly on the road Sunday.
I hope so. I do.
We were talking about this in the office, and Kang still kind of can't believe something. We will get to that today at 10:32. Doug Karsch, Stoney in for Gator, 97.1.